What is up, everybody? It is early in the morning today. You guys get to enjoy my morning voice because I haven't really truly woken up yet.
Less than 3. Hope everyone has a good day.
Thank you, Foraz. Thank you, dude. Really appreciate it. First time catching a stream. I'm glad you're here, 121. Really glad, man. What's going on, everybody? Coffee and Alex? Hell yeah. I'm already like, man, I'm like 80% done my coffee already. I low-key want to make another one, but I think it might be a bit much. Put your big stream in it. Hey, guys, no sussiness today. No sussiness. We're doing a charity stream. I don't have anything tied into my donations, all right? So, I don't know. I couldn't get it to work for whatever reason. It just kept asking me for my donation. But if you guys did want to donate, it's ! Donate. It's for Extra Life. It's the Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. They've been around for like since 2008.
Yee boy.
So we're doing a little thing with them. It's not going to be primarily focused on that, but if you guys did want to, it's to bring some awareness to that. Pox, thank you so much for the Prime, man. I really appreciate it, man. Bulletproof coffee? Isn't that the coffee with like the, what's it called? Oh, I don't know why it's doing both donates. You're going to have to just ignore the second one. I didn't even test it. The first one, I forgot there's two. Just do the one that says Extra Life. It's the one with butter, right? Man, that kind of sounds like... Okay, I've had coffee with butter one time. Just one time ever. And it was good. But I cannot see myself drinking that even on an irregular basis. That's like a one-time thing for me. It was just way too much. It just felt like heavy, you know? So that's like a one-time thing. I like my coffee just a little bit of creamer. Some sweetener of some sort, just like one little package, and that's it. In fact, I've even been kind of weaning myself off that, so I've been just doing like the coffee with just a little bit of what's up, Imgur? How you doing, man? Doing a little bit of the coffee just with nothing else in it, you know. So, good morning, daylight savings. Is it daylight savings? Is that today, Chudo? Wait, what time is it then? Am I streaming at the right time? There's no way I screwed this up. Last night? Is it 9 a.m. right now? Just to be sure. Black coffee, you're streaming at the right time? Okay, perfect. Black coffee is untouchable. I don't mind black coffee. You have to make good black coffee. Like, you can't just have like a bad coffee, you know? Yes, you're correct. Man, this is how little I know about daylight savings and stuff. Oh, this is the actual sun today, by the way. This is not my fake light. Which I might have to actually take this out. This is the actual real sun. So I might have to actually close my blinds. My phone did it for me? Well, okay, 1 second. This is too much for me in my face right now. I'll open it up again later. But right now the sun is just way too much. You're looking very bright. Yeah. Go out after stream, have a walk. I am. I plan to. I think yeah, Miquelon is so nice. Here's my goals for today. We're gonna do this stream. You know, we got Imager here. We're doing a little bit of a charity thing going on with Extra Life. We're gonna take a look at the TG67 V3. There's not much different about it. Spoiler alert. Same price point, but you get a lot more in the box. Then today, I want to do some photography, and I want to go outside. Man, guys, if you guys haven't done this already. Like, I know we're all kind of, you know, keyboard people here for the most part. Take a few minutes and grab even your phone. Just go outside and photograph, like, everything in your neighborhood. It's so much fun. You come home, you see the entire, like, neighborhood in almost a different light as well. It's crazy. And then you get some really cool shots you can put in, like, an album. And then the other thing I'm going to recommend, which I recently started doing, is printing out your photos. I know a lot of us have been kind of getting into photography. Like, we've all been kind of going through that, especially in the Discord. But it is so much different to have your photos done and print it and look at them that way than looking at them on a computer screen. Weird spacebar you got there? It's nice. Okay, you guys wanted my 1 week review on this? The 1 week review on this. I have been enjoying this keyboard so much. My only little thing that I am realizing over the course of the week is I think the sound profile, while it is lovely, I think I still prefer some of my other keyboards for sound. So you know, it is what it is. I'm not fully sold on my sound of this guy. Maybe it's just the switches I use, but Slurpless, what's going on? I'm literally walking around my neighborhood. Actually, really? I've been getting prints of some of my friends' photos. It's such a cool feeling to have them. Yeah, I printed out like 30 or 40 of the photos we went to Banff with. So that was really fun. I had a blast. I had a blast doing it. Alex, are you a fan of Avatar? Hey, listen. The Airbender? Not really. I've never watched it. And actually, speaking of the other Avatar, that new movie was kind of low-key trash. I know everyone kept saying it was pretty good. Bro, that was just basically the first movie, but different. It was just literally the first movie, but different setting. It was kind of trash, to be honest. So, if only my photo printer worked and my perfectionism would let me get a new one that isn't $800. I just go to the stores. There's a store near me that's like 50 cents per photo that you print out, and you get like a 4x6, so it's not bad. I've been saying that. Yeah, it was trash, dude. The latest Studio Ghibli film? No. Which one's the newest one? MX Black's on palm plate for the Envoy? Ooh, that sounds nice. We're using these switches today. Oh, switch camera, please. Come on, switch camera, please. Some Hanami dongos, by the way. I know you guys think these are pretty cool switches, so we're gonna use them today. Good morning. Just bought my first GMK set Michelin based on your beat. Oh, dude, you're gonna love it so much. Can't wait to put in my purple KBD 8X. That's gonna be a nice one. I heard that too. It's literally the first one, but underwater. Yeah, it is literally the first movie, but different setting. I can't believe that like snuck past people. Like, it is absolutely crazy. People gave that movie such good reviews, and they gave some like movies more deserving bad reviews. I've gotten some Vacation. Oh my god, 36 by 48 inches. They look like paintings. It's really fun. Printed on canvas. Bob, do you mind if I ask how much that was? Like, that sounds like low-key expensive. All right, here's the keyboard for today. I don't actually use espresso machines. I use pour over. $300 actually isn't terrible. How are you supposed to appreciate cabbages if you've never seen the Avatar: The Last Airbender? Is that something that is in the anime? I'm not too sure. I'm not really a big, like, especially lately, I don't go nuts for anime these days. Every time I watch something that's like hype though, like I enjoy it, but it doesn't bring back the same memories of when I was really into anime. Like the last anime that I sat down and watched was the Spy one. What was it called? Spy X Family? I enjoyed it. It was good. It wasn't like the end of the world, like funny for me. And then the other anime that I really kind of disappointed by how short it was, and I feel like it just needs a second season for me to appreciate it more, was Chainsaw Man. And then past that, man, like there is one I watched on Netflix, which I can't remember the name of. I enjoyed it. And then that was it. How's my weekend so far? It was good. I went out yesterday I saw some friends. It was nice. I got to catch up with with an old friend of mine. So
12
that was nice.
months, goddamn time flies.
You toy. Thank you so much for the tier 1, man. Really appreciate that, dude. Alright. Here's the keyboard. Really quick. Beer Fart, thank you also for the tier 1. I really appreciate that, dude. Yeah, it's nice and early stream. You guys can wake up with me today. So nice.
Good morning.
Right. Here is the board. The thing about the TG67 V3 is it comes like this. This is not, like, you can technically leave it like this and just put switches on and then tune the stabs, and you have a working keyboard. However, I'm going to take it all apart just because I want to see what's inside, and obviously I want to change some bits and pieces to it. But yeah, and now it comes with Milky Yellow, like a free, they're calling it a free sample pack of Milky Yellows, which is fine. Like, if you want to call it a sample pack, that's fine. They're doing it to hold everything in place while it gets shipped, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But let's take it apart, because that's what I was going to do anyways. Where is my toolkit? Thank you, Beer Fart, and thank you, Yuzo. I really appreciate you guys. Maybe you should add more switches in that. Maybe I should, yes. That would be intelligent of me. Yeah, what do you guys have planned for today? Do you guys have anything interesting, fun, new, exciting? Yesterday we went out. I went out with some friends. I got to see one of my friends that I haven't seen since I worked at. Well, I've seen him one time. We went out to go take some pictures together to catch up, but then we actually we didn't have a lot of time to sit down and chat. So we went out for a small little dinner and drink thing, and we got to catch up. So that was really fun. It's good to see people thriving. I love that. It's good to see people being successful. Super EU friendly. What time is it there right now? Yo, Alex, I can see your workspace. I need inspiration for my keyboard workspace. Okay. I am not one. Let me make this clear. My workspace, guys, is a room. All right, it's a small little room. 3 p.m. That's not bad. It's a small little room. All right. There isn't much to it. There is a photography desk, which used to be clear, but now it has boxes and unbuilt boards sitting underneath. Not client boards, personal boards, and just prototype stuff. So I've already lost the ability to move that around, which sucks. And then I have a small space to my right where I keep all my backdrops. It's fine there. I still think it looks tacky, and I wish I had a whole other room for this. There is tripods everywhere in the room. Even if I break them down, they're still going to be here. And then I have a whole desk system we got from IKEA. Christopher, oh my God, dude. Chris, how are you doing, man? How are you? Did you do an overnight stream? I saw you on this morning, but I had just woken up and rushing to go stream. Hi guys, my name is Alex. I build keyboards. We're doing a little extra life stream today. So we're doing that DGen schedule. Oh man, dude, last night I went to bed normal time for once in my life. Mind you, I had to wake up for 9 a.m. But what's going on, guys? I build keyboards. We're doing a custom keyboard right now. This is primarily all I do is build keyboards here. We just chit chat, do our thing. But Alex, would you do a reflection or a Mr. Half-Alka? I've done both. Haven't I done both, Ivan? I'm pretty positive I did both. Oh yeah, so then the other thing I was saying was I got desks for storage here in the back, and that's it. That's the room. There's not much else to my room. Thank you guys so much for the follows, by the way. I really appreciate it, dude. I need your image to engrave. Yes, I'll message you today, Chris. The Geass Revival prototype? Not yet. I have not got that. Chatter disappointing with raid message. Dude, it's probably late for Chris's stream. I'm not going to blame him or his keep. I'm guessing everyone went to bed. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Thank you, Danpo. I hope you're having a good Sunday too, man. Thanks so much for 17 months, bro. Review Chris's board? Yeah, we're going to be reviewing it soon. Whenever me and Chris coordinate on an image. So it's kind of on me right now, but I'll be taking a look at it very, very soon. Did I get all the screws here? I think I did. There we go. Build stream of the Geass is on the 15th. Yes. I need to actually... Okay, don't call me lame, but Code Geass is one of my favorite animes. If not my favorite anime. I think Violet Evergarden only slightly gets trumped by Code Geass. Hear me out. It only slightly gets trumped by it. Violet Evergarden is it's usually number one in any case. But I think I do want to say Code Geass is a little bit above that. Code Geass has the storyline, you know? It has that twists and turns at every episode, I feel almost. Code Geass is not as pretty, in my opinion, as Violet, but it is what it is. Daph Keeps, thank you so much for the Prime.
To start my Sunday.
Hey, dude. Really appreciate you being here, man. Really appreciate it. The protagonist is amazing in it. Yeah, I think both have great characters, honestly. Both are great. I have never cried as much as I did to an anime as I did Violet Evergarden, though. Especially episode 7. People say episode 10, but 7 broke me. 7 was a tough one to watch. Old Geass keyboard. The old Geass more was... Wait, there was an old Geass keyboard? Yo, Clackbait. What's Clackbait here? What's going on, man? How you doing? Oh, everything's already installed on this. God, I didn't even know that. All right. I thought they'd maybe put the gaskets aside or something for us to do, but I mean, whatever. That's fine. Now, there isn't much different. I already took a look at the V2. I have a V2 somewhere in the house. This is the only thing I wanted to tighten up here. There's not a whole bunch different about the V2 versus the V2 versus the V3. The biggest thing is now the inclusion of a few extra bits and pieces that Kinetic Labs is going to add in the box, and that's about it. There was a V1. Really? I guess I don't remember that particular board. All right, that's tightened up. Let me take a look. Let me see this. So this is the original one? Oh, that's sick. Again, internal weight being super sick. Like, I get it. This is a thing, dude. If you guys are new to the keyboard hobby and maybe just tuning in for the first time, one of the craziest things about the keyboard hobby is, I don't know what it is. Designers have a fascination on putting all the cool shit on the inside of the keyboard. And while it's fun, sure, to like have your keyboard open while you're building it and be like, this is amazing, it is like one of the most annoying things and biggest gripes I have with keyboard stuff. There was an old keyboard I have called the FMJ80. And the FMJ80 has the sickest engraving on the weight. It is one of the coolest ones I've ever seen. And it's on the inside. And then guess what they put for an external weight? Nothing. They literally have no external weight showing. But Cloudline is also a great example. I love JJW. He's a great designer. Yes, the Cloudline does have a lot of fun stuff on the outside, but it's just the inside, man. The inside's better. Why so early? I like it.
Hey, we are doing so early.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much, Sep. I appreciate you, man. We're doing a stream in collaboration with Extra Life. So if you guys are interested in taking a look at the Extra Life donation link, you guys can hit exclamation point donate. It's the top link. There'll be 2 links. I just didn't want to. I guess I didn't take away the other command properly. It's the one that says Extra Life on it, and then it's for a Children's Miracle Network hospitals. If you guys want to take a look at that, they've been around forever, man. 2008. I remember when they first formed, because I was really big into watching Twitch streams and just like streaming and not Twitch, but just like streams in general and just content. So if you guys did want to take a look at that, feel free, take a look. I'll be donating some stuff after stream today. Same thing with the bottom. That's why I love the Sonnet. Yeah, I mean, the Sonnet has a beautiful side profile. All right, I need to get rid of all these switches in this. So this board's still a little bit on the pricier side, in my opinion. I think the TG at $279. Like let's talk about the V2. It's $279. You get all this you see here, except for these like sample packs of switches, which who gives a shit. But it's a little expensive. It does sound good. It's just a little expensive. I like what they're doing with this new one, because now you get stabilizers. You also get a syringe of Geass 3 lube, which is, you know, $20 value and stuff like that. So you are getting a lot more value with the new V3, and there's more colors and stuff, but it's still the same price. The V2 was just hard for me to justify value-wise, especially against keyboards now, you know? I love the Geass R1 for the side. Oh, yeah, the side's nice on that one there too.
Extra Life, wow. Alex
Wow,
Zottos,
thank you, Fluffy. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you. Which iFixit kit do you have? If you type in exclamation point kit, I believe, I have a link to all my stuff there. All my stuff should be there. It is nice looking outside though. Perhaps we open up the window here in a bit again. All right, do I leave the foam in today? I low-key don't feel like I want to, but do we leave it in? What do you guys think? Foam or no foam today? I don't know. I feel like I've done every version of the TG since the beginning, since even before Kinetic Labs has been carrying it. And I've always used foam. So I think maybe this time I go ahead and use no foam. What's up, Tree Fingers? How you doing, man? Actually, I want to take off the stabs too, because the stabs are unlubed completely, as you guys can hear. It's like an instrument. But they are pre-installed. They do have washers on them, which is nice. Technically, we can actually choose to not take out the stabs and just lube them while it's already installed. But do I want to do that? Should we do that, guys? I don't know. Or should I just take everything apart again? Yeah, let's just take it all apart. Let's be thorough with today's keyboard. It's good to be consistent. Alex, if you do no foam, I'll touch your toes. What the? Can you guys actually touch your toes? I can't do that. You know the thing where it's like bend, touch your toes? I'm not like flexible like that. That doesn't work for my body. I got 2 colors of the loop we'll be taking a look at. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I don't remember what colors they sent me. So why is my eyebrow all weird? I don't actually remember what colors they sent to me, dude. I have no idea. I've never not been able to do that. Must be nice. Oh my God, I feel like I have so much allergies all of a sudden today. Like, I know me when I have like
haven't been able to catch
DLR.
a live
Thank you so
stream,
much,
but
dude.
your videos are perfect for my morning drive.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that, man. Like, I just feel it. I feel like my nose is like, it's not the stuffiness from being sick. It's just a stuffiness from something in the air. I don't know what it is. I feel like it'll pass though. All right, let's take apart these stabs and lube them up. Are these completely bone dry? Oh yeah, they are. Thank you, BLR. I really appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's been a little tougher to get online lately. I was talking about this the other day with another person. I had like a little meeting. We were talking with someone in the keyboard hobby, but they were in a different country. And they were telling me about like some economic issues in their country and stuff. I'm just like, man, I feel like it's just everywhere right now. Like, you got to be hustling 24/7, and it takes out all the fun stuff you usually do, right? Like, it's hard to make time for some of the fun stuff because you're just constantly going at it with just like working and then sleeping and then just trying to survive. But I get it. It's tough right now, man. Way too fast to hustle. Yeah, it's tough right now. Stuffy time for this time of year? Dude, I think so. Perhaps it's some sort of allergy with spores. I think so. I feel like whenever it's really nice out and there's a bit of a wind, like I guess it kind of mixes things up. What am I doing with these? I don't need these switches. I feel like that's when I start feeling a little bit of, hard to breathe type thing. And the Nesson really got me. I love a smaller one. They actually did have a smaller one. They had the 700, which I think was a 65 technically. Stuffy nose going on and off for 3 weeks now. Do you have allergies too? All right. Yeah, the fact that they included Durock stabs and then they're also including a syringe of lube with this, like good lube, GS3, it makes the price point a little bit more digestible for this. Your recommendation is still cherry clip-ins. Yes. I would not use cherry clip-ins with 1.2s unless you have shims. If you're going to use 1.2 mil PCBs, IMO, just get some Durock screw-in stabs. They're just way easier to work with 1.2 mil PCBs. Durock and cherry clip-ins are still my go-to recommendations. There's absolutely nothing wrong with those. Thanks, Alex. Anytime, bro. Stabs looking like they floating. Oh, on the little was about to call this a carpet. What is your verdict on QMX stabs? Man, I got like mixed feelings on QMX stabs. After using them a bunch now. Okay, better question is, who here has used QMX stabs? Like, it's probably not a whole bunch of people, but like, what is your guys' opinion on it who have used it? Oh my god, early stream, what's going on, man? How you doing? And the Neo 65, will the copper weight end up tarnishing? I'm assuming eventually it will. I tried them. Me? So what do you think, Cheese Lover? They seemed a bit weird that you cannot take them apart. You can actually take them apart. It's just, it feels weird taking them apart. And the first time I ever reviewed them or whatever, there was no like factory explanation on how to take them apart. I think Nathan ended up snapping them apart a little bit. And then we found out that you can indeed take them apart, but they're still awkward. Have a hard gauge on how much lube I need for QMX. Me too. So my overall experience with those particular stabs is, I really hate saying this. They're just not worth the money, man. Like, if you need a set of stabs that is indeed quieter, because that's kind of where they're marketed towards, they're supposed to be what, quieter stabs, then do your thing. I have a very tough time gauging how much lube I need to use in those things, just like someone else said. I have another really tough time tuning up those stabs. Let's just say I didn't add enough in one of the areas. It's almost impossible to. You need to take the whole keyboard apart. So you need to do a lot of testing beforehand. Then my other big gripe with them is with any stabilizer you do, you're going to get something that we can just call like settling of the lube. When the lube settles in the QMX stabs, hey, you already built that board? Yeah, good luck. Good luck. Because you're going to have to take it apart again to tune up one more time, unless you figure out a way to kind of like shimmy your syringe tip inside that and inject that thing with more lube. But it is not my favorite stab in the world. You can get them to sound great, and I have got them to sound great. They just require extra attention. And then also, another little finding we found too was, if you happen to use those for 1.2mm PCBs, the QMX stabs almost feel like you need to use a long pole switch, which is really weird. Would they not sound way diff because they bottom out on the stab housing? Yes, that's why they're quieter. That's why they're a bit quieter in general, and I think that's why they market them as like quiet stabs. If you want good, guys, this is where I almost feel like, man, I hate, again, I don't mean to be like, just listen to the old, like, just do the old thing. If you guys want good stabilizers, just go with cherry clipping. Like, nothing so far has been better than cherry clipping stabs. Like, sure, Durock stabs and some of the other screw-ins, they're fine. Like, if you need them, they're fine. But in terms of, like, just price, what you need, like, just for a stab to work, cherry clippings. Ren, it is. Yes, it is. If you guys wanted to, they have the Extra Life stream dono link is on the ! donate command. They were fine, but I cannot make them hear the upstroke of the switch, which drives me crazy. Yeah. Just get cherry clip-ins and Durock. Those are my recommendations for stabs. And you know what? I think at one point I was kind of, what's the saying? Drinking the tea? Sipping the water or whatever fountain we're looking at there. I was kind of like, oh yeah, new stabs. Like, these are good, these are good, these are good. Yeah, drinking the Kool-Aid, whatever it is. It's not, man. Just tried and true cherry clip-ins. At the end of the day, I ended up going back to them, really trying to get myself to like those other stabs. I just didn't. Are those wired IEMs? Yes, they are Campfire Andromedas. I was going to use wireless ones today, but the program I use for routing audio had an update the other day, and it's not working with any of my wireless IEMs at the moment. So I decided to just stick with my wireless ones. They broke my program. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good today. What is that layout called with no F1 keys? So this would be considered... Is this, guys... This is an FRL 1800 with an exploded spacebar. That's what this would be classified as, right? With an exploded... I think we have to point out the exploded spacebar. Okay. FRL 1800 with exploded spacebar. GAT V2, not the inks, work very well. Yeah, GAT V2, like Gatoron stabs, I've heard are very good too. They're very close to like Durock. I haven't really used them too much, to be honest. You make my spacebar explode. What's up, Avo? How you doing, man? Avo, not today. Yeah, not today, Avo. Sounds about right. Avo too early. Avo just like literally woke up this morning. He's like this. He woke up, he was in bed sleeping, eyes closed. Wakes up, he's like, Alex is streaming? Didn't even have coffee, food, nothing. He just woke up, went straight to stream and started writing the sussy stuff. He just said, hey, I'm not even about having breakfast yet. He's like, let me just go bother Alex. Yeah, he's still laying in bed. He woke up like, whoa, like that kind of thing, you know? These days, I have been really enjoying TXAP. Yeah, some people really enjoy them. I still can't for the life of me like TX stabs. There's way too many issues with them. Avo has like a morning routine. I got up early because of the time change. Did the United States also have the time change? So wait, did we lose an hour or gain an hour? Man, I honestly... I really, really, really wish gained they just would stop this nonsense. Just get rid of the time change. I'm over it. I'm so done with it. I know it's only 2 times a year, but it just I can't wrap my head around why we still need that. Who cares? Like, it's so dumb now. Like, even like, no offense, even back in the day, why the hell did we need that? Just wake up when the sun Like, if you need the sun, just wake up. Used for farmers. But it's not like the sun physically changes. Just wake up when you need to wake up. If you need to wake up at 5, then wake up at 5. Whatever it is. Extra agriculture time. See, it's like the time is just a contract that we made up. It's not like the sun physically changes. Needed to adjust for people they worked with. What, the extra hour? Really? Just stay up, like stay an extra hour in business. We out here harvesting Vince, no crops. Time is relative. They say heart attack happened to most people during daylight savings adjustment time. Really? Everything's a lie? Oh, man. Actually, Fluffy, that was a pretty slick. I'm starting to like fully understand what you just said, talking about crops and stuff. I get that. That was pretty slick, man. That was indeed pretty slick. And thank you guys all for the follows and stuff too. I really appreciate that today, man. Thank you. Really appreciate you guys all being here. First thing in the morning. Glad we can enjoy some time together. During winter, we roll back 1 hour to get more daylight while people are out working. I guess I've just never cared about that stuff, you know? Like, it sounds maybe really ignorant of me, but like, I guess I just don't care, you know? I'm still going to work 8 hours a day, whatever it is. And then after I'm done work, it's not like there's many things for me to do, you know? It's like 5:30 p.m. Why you live so early? So we're doing a little charity thing with Extra Life. So my time slot was a little bit earlier in the morning.
WTF, Alex, what kind of spell have you casted on me?
Omar! Oh my god, what's going on, dude? I feel like I haven't seen your name in a little while, man. How are things? But yeah, we're doing a little charity thing, and then we're also doing a normal keyboard. It's like a normal day. We're just collaboration with Extra Life. And then I gonna be honest, guys. I'm usually up around this time anyways. This is like my wake up. This is my normal wake up time. I wake up at around 8:30, 8:15 every morning. So this is nothing new. To me, this is nothing new. I'm just streaming at this time. I don't know what you guys normally wake up at. It's 10:30. It's not 10:30. Oh, usually. Well, I still wake up at 8:30. Like that's what I set my alarm to every morning. It's 8:15, 8:30 is my normal wake up time. I feel like there is much more viewers now at this time. We also got rated by Chris, so that also helps. And I believe we're also getting hosted. So it's a mix of things today that's causing the viewers probably to spike. But I appreciate everyone being here as usual. Love you guys. This is a perfect EU friendly time. It's 3:30 p.m. Yeah, and it's a Sunday, and it's like nice because you guys can wake up to have some, like just a chill morning. And then people in the EU, they're probably just ending their busy mornings. It's nice. It's a nice day. It looks gorgeous outside. So what I'm probably going to be doing today is I'm probably going to charge my camera, which perhaps I should do now, literally as we speak. I want to go outside and take pictures. I want to go take a little photo walk. I might even go to the camera store because I really want to buy a soft touch button for my camera. And I think they had the non-branded ones. They're not that expensive. I think they're like 10, 15 bucks there. I think they did. I'm not spending $100 on a branded one for a little screw-in piece of metal. So a soft touch button here, I'll show you. Let me just get the camera. Man, I need to route these power banks. All right, a soft touch button over here is screwed into this little guy, Evo. And it's supposed to raise this a little bit. So this little circle part on the inside, this is what is the trigger. Right? And a soft touch button would sit above it and allow you to kind of press it a little bit easier. So I've used one and I had one. Hibby has some cool ones too, yeah. But I don't remember where I put it. I had one for another one of my camera systems. Stick a bump on it. I could do that, yeah. The Leica's so cool. Casual Leica flex. Do you guys all know what Leica cameras are? Dude, okay, I'll say this. So nice. Panda, thank you so much for the tier 1, man. Button. What the heck? Guys, it's a charity stream today for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. We can't be sussy today. That's a late night thing. Sorry, had to. Okay, dude. Love you guys. Soran, hello. Sussy for charity. Okay, every time when I do go out with the camera, because just to be honest with you guys, like that has always been like ever since I was getting into cameras, I've always dreamed about having one of those. And I don't really buy anything for myself. Like I don't go clothes shopping. The only piece of clothing I have purchased, other than this, what was this, $20 shirt from Zara, and I think I bought some sweaters, all on sale. So I think I've spent maybe in the last 3 years, not including socks and underwear, $200 on clothes. It has not been much. Let's just call it $250. Any money that I spent goes to stream. And then I just haven't really, I have no interests other than what I do with you guys. I don't really have a side hobby that I do for myself. You know what I mean? So even with keyboards, I've slowed down in the last year and a half just because I went through that phase where I spent a lot with keyboards. And I've kind of gotten into cameras again. So that's kind of my new little side thing, I guess, if you want to call it. But
everyone,
not really.
Hope you're all having a great day.
Pitt, thank you so much for the tier 1, man. And yeah, having a pretty good day today. And I've always dreamed about having one. So in the last year and a half, 2 years, I've been saving up. And then I was actually not going to get one. But then I met up with one of my clients who is also, I'd say, an acquaintance / friend. And he let me use his. And I was like, this is everything I've ever wanted. This is the dream. So I got one. and it's lovely. It is like the thing I've always wanted. I'm so happy I got it. Let me tell you though, whenever I go out with it and I take photos, like I went to a convention with that camera. Nobody knows what it is. It's fantastic. I love that. And then I also don't like, this is the one thing I don't like, where it's like, if I ever brought my Fuji camera out, it's like a big camera. This is the Fuji camera here. It is, and it's pretty big. People will instantly look at you like you're a professional. Okay, I appreciate that. You get a little bit more respect. Whatever. And then you bring out the Leica camera, and everyone goes, oh, you got a film camera? That's so cool. You take film? And that's just like, why do you treat me like, I'm not kidding you guys. Every time someone has commented, it's always that tone of voice, like, you take film? And I'm just like, what does it even matter? The voice? Trudeau, I am not even kidding you. That has been the things I've gotten from that. Like, so cute. I have a digital camera, and I'm just like, all right, man. It's like demeaning in a way. I get that when I run my Canon AE1. Do you actually get that too? Yeah. Oh my god, a film camera. People are clueless with Leicas. I don't expect anyone to know. They're very, like, honestly, even though they're one of the oldest, what is it, 35mm cameras in the world? Not the oldest, one of, maybe one of the more popularized ones. Sleeper camera, basically. But that's also what's nice about it too. No one's gonna harass you about it. I've seen more people get harassed when they bring like a cheaper Canon body out with a nice lens than bringing out like a nice like film camera. I mean, it's the most professional looking Fuji. I think any Fuji film camera, if you don't get the silver Fuji ones, if you get the all black, they kind of just look like every other DSLR or mirrorless camera. Alex, what do you think about JTK keycaps? I like them. They've always been pretty good quality. I've never had any quarrels with JTK. I can't help but thinking there's a face over your shoulder. I mean, there kind of is. Wait, there kind of is. It's the keyboard. It has like a little face I put onto it. Is that the keyboard from Nestlé? Yes, it is. I have a feeling that here it's almost reversed. Like, you don't shoot film, digital looks so real, stuff like that. Maybe in the photography community. There's also like, oh man, that's a whole other stigma that is kind of poopy as of recent. There's this whole thing where in the photography community, I feel like there's a whole, I mean, there's Reddit threads on this too. Like, analog is very in right now. Like, everyone's shooting like, you know, film, stuff like that. It's very in right now. And it almost kind of feels like if you're not shooting that way, you kind of get this weird little, like, oh, you haven't really, you know, like, there's just something so different about not knowing your shots and stuff like that. And you got it, like, it's just different. It's a better medium of art. And I've heard both sides of the argument. It's just like, do whatever you want for art, man. This is the way I stand. It's just, if you're creating things and it brings you joy, as long as you're not hurting nobody else, if you're making art, do whatever you want to do. I don't care your process. If it takes you 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 years, just do you. Just create, have fun. Like, I don't go for that whole, like, this is the proper way to do things. I think there are better ways to do things for sure, in more technical aspects of things. Like, for example, lubing switches and stuff like that. Sure, I'd still consider this like art, you know? But like, if you do, you just do you. At the end of the day, do you. Have you seen the Arnold Newman portrait exhibit at the AGO? That was amazing. I have not been to the AGO in forever. No, I haven't really gone to anything, Trudeau. Honestly, the last like few years since COVID started, I've been very like distant with going to things. I should though. Gym elitists are by far the most annoying human beings for me. I mean, any elitist, even here in the keyboard hobby. There are people in this hobby who think they are so much better than everyone else. And they have like a leg up on everybody. So it is absolutely, I don't know, it's kind of pathetic in some cases. But I mean, like, it's always been a thing since like day one I've joined. There's always been people who, they clearly know more, but it is what it is. I just stay away from those people. Those people do not make me happy. Keyblade is for sure. Yeah. It's something, man. It's something. But Alice users are better? Okay. What kind of switches are these? So, these are... Dude, I think these are all from the same menu. I need to double check the menu on these. But these all have that same kind of textured little... Yeah, I'll show you guys if it wants to focus. I think these are all from the same menu as the Morandi switches. I'm pretty positive. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've been really enjoying the whole Morandi switch line and just anything that has the similar diffuser on it. They've all been pretty good. They all have like a pretty decent little base coat of lube on them. The sound profile on them is nice. So I have been thoroughly enjoying these switches. Gasket under spacebar? Yes. But we'll see if that does end up bothering me a lot. If anything, I'll just rip that gasket off. I don't hate gaskets under spacebars to the point where it's like this ruins the board, but I do find it's usually better without. Been looking into Alice boards, not much availability right now. There is I don't think there's a lot of in-stock Alice boards. You might find some on, I guess, from like Keycron, stuff like that. But if you're looking for like custom Alice boards that are in stock, I don't think there are any available like at this given time. What camera systems do you have experience with? My starting off camera was, my very first camera that I've ever used was a Pentax. Then I got into digital. My first camera for digital was a Canon Rebel. I don't even remember the model number. It was just a Rebel series. Then I got back into film. So I was using the Pentax again. And then I switched to my father's Minolta. I don't remember which model Minolta it is. I didn't use it for very long. Then after I used film and I got tired of doing film and developing my own stuff, I switched to Nikon. Because at the time, Nikon just had really good value and really good glass and everything like that. Shot professionally on Nikon, got sick of Nikon because Nikon was doing nothing. Like, I think people still use like the D850 and stuff like that to this day. Nikon wasn't really doing much for their camera bodies.
Morning everyone.
Thank you, Frostbite. Thanks,
Alexot
man.
love Alexotra, Alexot love Alexotra.
Love you, dude. I hope you're having a good day today. Then I switched to Sony. Sony was very short-lived. Out of all my camera choices, Sony was the one that I picked up, liked for a little bit, realized that when I used Sony cameras, I was editing like everyone else using Sony cameras, which just meant, you know, like that whole teal and teal and orange kind of look. And then also everything felt very digital. Like it didn't really have like character to it. And I think that's now what I've been looking for in cameras, is I'm looking for a little bit of like character. I'm looking for a little bit of something different. And what I found with the Sony system, it just wasn't giving me that. So switched off all the Sony stuff. It did not last long. Switched to Fuji. Fuji had exactly what I was looking for. Honestly, just to me, just felt like a better camera in general too. And then, you know, you get the Fuji colors. The color science just felt a little bit more fun. Not exactly accurate, but just fun. And then even Fuji like raw photos are fun to edit. Like it's a good camera. The lenses of Fuji too are fantastic, and that's what I've always appreciated versus the Sony stuff too. Sony has like a wide variety of lenses. Fuji doesn't really have like a crap ton, but the ones they do have are fantastic. And then when I switched to a Leica system recently for doing most of my photos, And that's when I really realized that I realized there's a reason people go out of their way to buy certain lenses. And maybe it's that camera, maybe it's me now realizing that there are certain lenses when you take pictures that have a lot of character. And character sometimes means flaws, sometimes it means something else. But there's just something different about using good glass. And it took me so long to really appreciate that. But now that I have a few good pieces, like I really like the lens that I use for my face cam on my Fuji. And that's not a very expensive lens, a 35mm Fuji lens. So there's some really good stuff for Fuji, really good stuff for the Leica system that I'm using, but it's really made me appreciate like certain pieces of gear. But that's kind of been like my camera history. But I've been shooting since I was like, what, 16, 17 years old? Have we tried any of those Russian lenses like Helios? No, I've never. There's a lot of cool creative lenses that I really haven't put too much time and effort into taking a look at. These are Campfire Andromedas. The Bear 65 V2, oh, that's a nice build. That is a beautiful, beautiful board. The XE2 would be good, great if you can get one. Oh, good luck. Fuji stuff, dude. I think I saw someone post in one of the camera forums that I'm in that they saw someone post their Fuji X100V for like $5,000. And I'm like, okay, I love my Fuji cameras. Don't get me wrong, guys. But like, the Fuji camera aftermarket stuff is still broken to me, man. Like, it is so broken. Nothing makes sense for Fuji aftermarket. Did anyone else buy the Cycle 7? I think a lot of people went for the Cycle 7. What were those? I thought those were Saroki strawberry wines. No, these are the Hanami Dongos. TikTok ruined it? Yeah. There can definitely be some blame passed to TikTok there. It's a great camera. I actually recommended that to Noli, and Manoli got one at a very good price. And he even told me there's something magical about that camera. And I agree. Like I've had it in hand now one time. Lovely little camera, but I can give you like recommendations for things that are just as good, you know. I always want to get a Sony A7, but do you think Fuji's are better? Oh, you're asking the wrong person here, I think. Listen, I think Sonys are great cameras. You're going to have a lot of great photos with cameras. I just personally think Sony systems, the menus are not my favorite thing in the world. I've just always felt two things about Sony. First, the photos coming out of Sonys are very sterile. Like they're very analytical, I guess. Like there's just a little bit of like a not fun atmosphere coming out of them. Does require some editing to get some of that like life brought back into some of the colors, etc. The other thing about Sony that's always bothered me is how many releases Sony has a year for their camera systems. Sony will have like A7R Mark 14,000 coming out this year. And you're just like, as a Sony user at one point, I almost felt like when I bought an A7R II at the time. And then I swear to God, in 1 year, there was like 14 other cameras Sony came out with. And you almost feel like this sense of, did I buy the right thing? Like, why is Sony coming out with so many iterations? Like, is my thing going to have a lot of support going in the future? My other, actually, side quarrel with Sony, having purchased Sony products in the past, Sony's support is not that great. I don't know if anyone else here has had to deal with Sony support for stuff. It's kind of a miss for me, bro. So yeah, pretty much the way I feel. Sony has way too many releases. I don't know if it's a region. It probably is a regional thing, but there's no actual Sony repair centers. You got to send them to all these like third-party places. Also, if you guys wanted to, just a little reminder, Extra Life We have the donation link on !donate. If you guys wanted to, it's for a good cause. They've been around for a long time. If you guys want to. I did end up with the Sony A6400. Did you like it? Do you like it right now? They always push the tech early before it's really ready. I have the A7R2 as well, and waiting for the card buffer and the slowness of the menus is hell. There's that too for sure. I can wholeheartedly agree too. If you're new to photography, I stress in saying this, I really think Fuji is more friendly to people maybe just getting started, because you have such great JPEGs coming out of Fuji. And not everyone who's gonna buy a camera, and this is where a lot of people forget, right? Dude, this is a pretty important part. People forget this. Not everyone likes editing. You might think you're gonna be good with editing, and then you actually start editing, and you might be really good at it, but maybe you're like, this is not rewarding to me. I do not like this. I hate editing. So you could literally hate editing pictures. Oops, wrong button. Tosh, how you doing, man? It's a great camera, perfect size and functionality for what I like to do. Perfect then. That's awesome. Canon's still in a good spot. Nikon's been popping off again, which is crazy after all these years. They're actually making a few decent cameras again. I swear Nikon like went to bed and didn't wake up for like 15 years, and they woke up and they're like ZF series cameras. We can make cool mirrorless cameras, and then they did. But for like 15 years they were asleep. They didn't do nothing. It's crazy. That's why I stopped using Nikon, because there was like no movement in like the Nikon series of stuff. I just like, all right, man, I'm done with this, I guess. I just started shooting on a Minolta film. Oh, that's cool. I actually saw some really good like pickups for film stuff at one of our thrift stores near me. I was considering getting one, but I just don't want to start with film personally. Like, I think I'm over it. All right, let's put this together. I still will figure out a day that we can do some photo editing on stream together, guys. I don't know when we're gonna do that, but we'll do it soon-ish. This is pour on foam, yeah. So we got some foam we're gonna be putting into this. I'm gonna put this as a base. I feel like we might probably need this simply because there's no real weight on the bottom of this board. If it sounds bad, we can just literally take it out. My only concern is this spacebar gasket. I'm worried that this is gonna maybe make the sound of the board a little bit dead, but we'll see. I don't do a lot of video stuff, Ivan. So as much as I think the red camera system would be super cool to actually fiddle around with, I don't think I have much use for it personally. Does that make sense? Like, I am more of a photo guy. I don't even love doing short form content. Like, it's just not like what interests me. I like taking photos and I like capturing like certain moments, and I like that single frame to tell a story rather than I like taking videos. And like, don't get me wrong, I really appreciate videos and how people do storytelling via videos. But photos, to me, like even grabbing a photo book and flipping it open and seeing like different pages, it just, that to me excites me more than loading up a video on a screen and watching something. So I've always felt a little bit better about taking pictures that way. I love your pics. Hi, Geoff. How are you doing? I hope things are well today, sir. Where's my... Here it is. How do you feel about the standard magazine? I think magazines can be fun. I do. Dude, if I had more room in my place, I want to buy more photo books. But at the moment, that's another whole stress point, though. Finding a place, a house or something. It's a conversation for another day, maybe. What keeb are you making there? We are putting together A TG67 V3.
Alexot TikTok.
Tragic. Thank you so much for the Prime, man. I really appreciate that. Photo book, please. I actually do want to make one. Maybe that'll be something I do towards middle of next year or something I can create. But I want to make it a mix of keyboard photos as well as actual photos I've taken. So, like, I say actual, but like photos outside, you know? The one with the numpad. Oh, this is the Nesson 810E. Time flies. Sub, how you doing, man?
Time flies.
Thank you so much for 4 months, bro. And also Trippy, thank you so much for 4 months as well. Thank you. Really appreciate you guys. Oh my god. And also SZA, thank you so much for the Prime. Really appreciate you. Greetings, mustachioed man of mystery. Am I a man of mystery? Am I? How fast are you with the rangefinder you're focusing? I'm pretty quick now. Actually, yesterday I just set it to, I was walking around a little bit yesterday. And I just set it to like...
Another month with Mr. Otos.
Thank you, Jordy. Appreciate your Prime, man. And I snapped some decent photos. I haven't gone through anything yet. I don't think there's anything like noteworthy I took just because, dude, I swear like the weather hates me sometimes. I went out yesterday and like in the morning and it was beautiful. The moment I step outside, a cloud comes and then everything goes from nice to cloudy in like a heartbeat. And I was like, all right, well, I still took some photos. I took some decent ones. I also photographed that the Japan train thing that was happening at Union Station, which was really small. I didn't expect it to be that small. And then, yeah, it just didn't work out for me. And then I got home, put away my camera stuff, and cleaned up. And I'm like, oh, look, the sun's out again. Thank you, Cyber. Appreciate you. And thank you, everyone who subbed. I really appreciate you guys. So SZA, Trippy, Jordy, sub. Thank you so much, guys. Tragic, thank you. Really appreciate it. Black and white is always an option. Yeah, I did actually change, because I did look through some of the pictures. I did change most of the photos to black and white, just because I didn't love the overcast look that day, so.
Big Prime energy.
Thank you, Spike. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. All right, let's put some keycaps on. Really appreciate the 11 months, bro. New York has the wettest for like 2 months now. Has been the wettest. Like raining. It's been bad. Like it's been off and on here too. It's so strange. Now for keycaps. What keycaps do I want to use? I think today feels like what do you guys want to do today for keycaps here? Dandy could be cool. We could do Dandy. Maybe I can find Dandy. Paiga of War. I mean, we're not quite done. We gotta put the keycaps on, and then I was gonna show you guys some other stuff. But I mean, it's a hot swap build. Hot swap builds really don't always take all too long. I think hot swap builds we usually get done in like hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm down for using Dandy. I think Dandy would look like good on this. This is like an off-white color. It's like a cream almost. It's not quite a white. So I'm down for Dandy. Let me find Dandy quick. That's cool, kids. Deep well. Actually, Deep well might look good. Redacted. So we could do. Is it Dandy or Daisy? Which one's the cream one? Is that Dandy? And Daisy's the green one? I never remember the two. Let me go to my PCB box. I already know where this is. It's Greg. Just you're thinking of Greg, I'm sure. Is it Greg? My bad. Is it Greg? Geass, dude, I know. We were putting off the tempo. Sorta? Wait, what happened to my music? Did it, like, stop? What's going on here? Oh, it's just not playing the song right now. So, loosened. At first, I was not sure if I would like it, but now I'm into it. So, worked out for me in the long run. A little bit of dust on this. Dandy, the green one's on the tempo right now. So I think that's Daisy that's on the tempo. And then I had this as the spare PCB for the tempo, which I forgot I even had Nixies on these. So I kind of want to take these off eventually because these are good to have. And I need to start disassembling a lot of spare PCBs I have because I never use them. And like, I have so many sets of stabs and things on spare PCBs that I could just like salvage. So I need to start doing that. I need to start being more resourceful that way. Today I'm feeling like I'm possessed. What the? What the? Actually, there's a few boards I'm looking at. I'm going off topic here, but there's a few boards that I'm doing the next little bit that I'm so excited to do. Hold on, let me tell you guys. So, in the next little bit, we're going to be doing, I'm actually excited for tomorrow's build. We're doing a box 75 with clicky switches. That should be fun. And then we're doing a loop TKL at the end of the week. We're doing 2 ARC 60s this week. Next week, we're doing the Geass 60 Revival. And then, I haven't listed them all here yet, but we're doing a few other really fun ones. But when I tell you guys, I think I'm doing like, I don't know if I'm going to be streaming them all. I think I'm doing like 6 ARC 60s. I think some people didn't want me to do them like on stream. But I think I'm doing like 6 ARC 60s, man. And then I also have a lot of other fun boards. I think we're doing another Moment. I think we're doing a Derivative. We have some other fun stuff. But yeah, I think I may have to pass on doing all the ARC 60s on stream. I think some people said they didn't care if it was on stream or not. And they just wanted the board like quick. So may have to pass on doing all of them. It's just a lot of ARC 60s. This has been the biggest influx of the same board I've had since the Satisfaction. I don't know if you guys were here for Satisfaction times, but when the Satisfaction came out, the round 2 of it in particular, I had so many Sat 75s I was doing that I stopped doing them on stream because it was getting boring doing the same board for you guys every single day. I'm never going to decline it from a client if they want me to stream it. But a lot of people were just laughing and said, don't worry about it. I've acquired a few switch samples over time, and I'd like to test a bunch, test them all equally. I've thought about putting them on the keyboard, but different rows sound different. What I would recommend, Kryptonite, is just getting yourself a hot swap board, like you said, testing them on a board, picking one row, swapping it in and out, and going from there. Perhaps even record those sounds for yourself to kind of listen back to. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I compare things. Like, I'll put it on one row, really listen to it, try it on modifiers, really listen to it. And yes, guys, we are doing a stream in collaboration with Extra Life for the Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. It's for a good cause if you guys wanted to donate to them. I think, hold on. I don't know if they're still watching right now, but I don't know what they're up to. I think they said on one of their emails that they actually hit a pretty good milestone so far, which is really awesome to hear. Yeah, I've been kind of following it a little bit closely, but I mean, the last day or two, I haven't really been able to check in. How do you get those colorful buttons on your mouse? This is just painted. A lot of people ask if they're like stickers, they're just painted. I was wondering if there was something like a test bench. Unfortunately, not really a test bench. What's your stance on TX screw-ins? Did TX make screw-ins? Why don't I remember those? TX screw-ins? I'm drawing a blank right now. Sucker, it's just painted on. They're newish? okay, I hate to say this. I haven't looked them up, and I'm going to look for you guys for answers. Is there anything noteworthy? Like, why would I buy a TX screw-in versus a Durock screw-in? Right? Look, why? Sucker Punch, thank you so much for the prime. Thank you, dude. Like, and this is the difficult part about stabilizers. And I feel like I've been pretty critical about this, but like, I get every brand. Like, okay, with Mode, when I asked them and I questioned them, why did you make your own stab? They told me that it was actually cheaper for them to make it in-house, do all the stabs themselves, and sell their stabs at like a discount versus the Durock ones they pick up. Fine, sure. Does that mean they can get cheaper stabs? That's a good reason. But like the premium stabs, like Stabies and all that, like TX have better wires. I don't know. I find that very, very like up in the air. I find that very difficult. Like, just sell me the wires then, you know? I don't know, man. Like, my go-to stabs are cherry clip-ins and Durock. I'm not gonna say they're gonna be bad, but I also find it just like, why? Like, what's the reason why I'd switch off? I've had zero issues with wires on anything, to be honest, at this point. Maybe I've had the occasional bent one in like a Durock package from bad shipping, but like, I don't know. It's such a tough market to break into because there's really not much you can do. Like, unless you're just making the thing cheaper. I blame Ryan. Why would Ryan do? Speaking of which, do you think you can check out Mode Stabs? Yes, I think they're sending me a batch in the loop. But I also ordered one because I had to order on behalf of a client recently. So I did order one to check out with his package. We went with those stabs. So the cheaper the better? Not always, but in this case, the TX stabs are one of the lower priced ones, and I do find them to be quite fantastic. Do you wire balance the Durocks? You guys will see me do some variation of a wire balance. Like, you guys have seen me like tap it on the desk and stuff. I have a little guide on YouTube on how to do that. It's not like the most technical, or, you know, like, you're not going to get the most technical, accurate stabilizer out there doing the method I use. But it's going to be, in quotations, good enough to the point where it's like good for what you need type thing. So I've never had issues doing that, by the way. I wish Alex would balance me like his stabs. What the? Lucent. What like model do you use? I need to clean my desk. M11. So this is the guy I use here, and I have a 28 mil on it right now. I saw the M11P came out recently, but has no features that interest me on it. So that's a skip. That is indeed a skip. Loctite and syringe lubes improve my stabs to the moon, thanks to Alex. With those two Durock Cherry TX all sound the same to me. Yep. And dude, that's the other thing I hate bringing up, because I feel like people get mad at me when I say that, is if you figure out the technical aspect of how to actually lube your stabilizer, the brands stop mattering, and you just kind of go for like the cheapest thing possible and most consistent thing possible. So that is my overall thoughts and opinions when it comes to things like that. Why am I struggling to find like another one? And where's the alt? It really is if you've gotten the art down of tuning, yeah. But a lot of people have kind of gotten not upset with me saying stuff like that. They tend to get like a little bit offended by saying, no, there is a difference in brand. And sure, You can call it what it is. There might be a difference in brand, but I really, really think that majority of it comes down to how you just lube your stuff. That's it. I wish Alex would lube me like his. Okay, you know what, dude? Skill issue. Man, I hate saying it. I feel like I'm so toxic when I say that stuff, but it just come down to like you gotta hone your own skills. You gotta hone your ability to lube stuff. I know, right, Ren? Where's the last arrow key that I need? Arrow key, arrow key. Where is it? It's hiding somewhere here. I just don't know where. What a beauty. Actually, this does look really nice with the set on it. Good call, guys. Where's my last arrow key? Excuse me? Man. You know what else I would like to do today? But I feel like today's not the day for this. I kind of want to have like a do nothing, sit inside, watch TV kind of day. But I don't know if I should. Where's my last arrow key for this set? Am I like going blind or something that I can't see this? Oh, it's literally over here. What the hell? And then I need a page up. Page up, page up, page up. Not that page up. Arc 60 marathon. Think it wouldn't hurt to treat yourself with the rest? Yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna be. I told myself this week here, it's a little lighter in terms of extra stuff that I'm doing, and I told myself I want to take it a little easy this week instead of going crazy. Because like, just so you guys have an understanding of what I do during the day, I do novel keys things too. Like I work for novel keys, so I do that, and then. The other thing that I do a lot of is work on other bits of content that is off stream. So written articles, photography, I work with other brands on stuff like that. And I usually fill up my day to the point where the only time I'm done is after stream, which is about 9:30 p.m. That's like when my day ends. So when I wake up, then to 9:30 p.m. It used to be longer days than that when I first started, but I told myself that wasn't healthy anymore. Like it really isn't. And as of recent, I've made sure to take certain weeks where I'm not doing all those big extra things. So this is one of those weeks, this upcoming week is I have a few things that I'm gonna be doing, but I'm gonna try spacing them out during the week to the point where I feel more healthy about tackling projects. Man, it's one thing people don't tell you about too. It's like, yeah, you can sit there, you can have this grind mindset, but when you burn out hard, and you just don't want to look at things anymore. You're just like, I'm over this. People don't talk about that enough. Like people do talk about it, but they just go, oh, don't burn out. Oh, don't overdo it. But man, you burn out hard, and then you just don't want to do things anymore. It's all about spacing out the things you like doing. Truly. Would isopropyl alcohol do the trick for cleaning a lube from stabs? Yeah, you could try that. Actually, this doesn't sound too bad. All right, so here's the board. It's super simple. There's not much to this. It has like that little hook design on the side, which we've seen on some boards that look nicer. But this is very simple. There's not much to this. It's about $279. You do get a set of stabs, some lube with this, and it does have a small little brass accent on the back, which doesn't really do anything. This V2 and V3 iteration came a long way from the V1 iteration. Yeah, it does not support much on the PCB. It's a very basic board. It does have a bit of a thicker bezel. The internals have come a long way since the V1. with the inclusion of stabs and a whole syringe of lube and some other goodies that you get with the $279 price point, I still think this is on the high side. Exactly. I do think this is still a bit steep at $279, even with all the extra goodies you get. I would like to see this priced at like $180 to $199. I think that just makes more sense. $279. It's tight. It's tight at $279 for me. I think sub 200 would be a better price point for this. The design could definitely benefit from this. Yeah, exactly. So with that being said, let's see what this sounds like. We are using those Hanami switches, the pink ones. We are using some GMK keycaps, and we do have the PC plate installed. I think at one point there was other price point or plates with this, but this is the one from Kinetic Labs. It does sound really good. I actually really like that. Backspace sounds solid. Okay. It could be a little bit of the switch too, Ren. Actually pretty good across the board in terms of sound signature. Actually, this is one of the better TGs that I've... Maybe they did a few internal changes that weren't listed. I could not find any info. I guess I need to actually talk to the menu because I think Kinetic Labs is a vendor of this. I'll figure out if there was any internal changes. It didn't look like there was any. Actually pretty good. I still think I would feel more confident about buying this board. Even if you were to tell me, Alex, this comes with stabs and a syringe of lube, sure. $279, a bit pricey. I would be more confident about this purchase from the $199. I would even say to like $229 pickup. I think even if this was priced at $229 at the max, I would feel better about this because you are getting like $30 worth of stuff inside in the package that is, included too. $229 might be my tops for this. And then if you wanted to go with something where it didn't include all those extras, $199 sounds better. The Neo is good. I think the Neo has a nicer look to it. Maybe some more options, but I think the Neo might be the better pickup. But this is pretty nice too, man. This has some weight to it too. It does have a little bit of weight, but no, I actually did not lube the switches. This was stock. They asked me to try these stock, and I did. And you know what? Every time I've used one of those switches that have been like those Morandi style switches, I have had a great time with them. Yeah, it's been good. But the sound signature of the TG67 is nicer, IMO. Yeah, I also think this is quite nice, the sound signature. Typing feels like it's pretty cozy as well. Actually, you know what? Maybe I do like this a little bit more. Do I still have the Neo assembled? I don't think I do. No, I don't. I can see it disassembled over there. It's actually not bad. Like, it really isn't. It's not that bad at all. I don't mind this. Like, it's... Again, I think... I'm going to talk to Kinetic Labs because they are a sponsor of mine. Like I said, I always try to be as honest as possible about how I feel about things. I do feel like if this was like $50 cheaper, it would be an easy recommendation. But $279 is a little bit on the top end for me. I think I like what they did where they tried to include some stuff in the box for $279, but I think I would just like that price reduced if possible. But there's been a lot of good pickups this year, man. There's been a lot. I think one of the most sleeper boards this year definitely had to be like my sleeper board. I would say out of everything. There's been like two boards where I'm like, man, these are pretty good. I think the Lumen key was definitely a bit of a sleeper board. Good price point, really minimalistic design. The Lumen key 80, yeah. I feel like that might not get as much hype just because it's a little bit more of a simple design. I'm definitely gonna do top 10 keyboards this year. I think that'd be really fun because there's a lot of good stuff this year. And then the other board that I feel like was kind of a sleeper, but not really, was probably that Quantum keyboard, just because of its price point was a little high. But I feel like the people who did get into it are gonna really enjoy it. I don't know if it did super good in terms of numbers, but I also really like the Tempo. The Tempo, oh man, here we'll talk about a few things. I'll talk to you guys about some keyboard stuff right now. Where's the Tempo? Where's mine? I don't even know where I put it. All right. The thing with the Tempo, right? This is the thing what happened with Mode stuff. Mode released the Envoy. It did really well. Zhao, thank you so much for the Prime. Really appreciate you, man. Mode did really well with the Envoy. They moved it into the Tempo. It really didn't have any like certain quality of life fixes, which is fine. Whatever. You want to just move it into the Tempo? That's cool. The Tempo was an HHKB style, but not really an HHKB, but just in that style. It also, the layout didn't make it some people purchased. The layout was a factor of resistance for some people, which is fair. On top of the factor of resistance for the Tempo, being the layout there, a lot of people thought it was, and this is the part where I don't quite understand, it was lazy of them to move the internals of the Envoy into the Tempo. I kept seeing that pop up a lot, like it was just lazy. It felt like oh, this wasn't it. But it's like, what about all the other boards that are releasing just standard gasket mount keyboards with different designs? Like, I don't understand why they're not catching the same slack then. Like, why is everyone not going, oh, that's lazy of you just to make two gasket keyboards? To me, that didn't really make sense. I thought that was a really lame way to say, like, you didn't like something. I felt it was dumb. So I think really for me, I think the reason why people didn't buy it was the layout, regardless of any other slack they caught for like using the same mounting system. So I don't know. I think that's why the Tempo probably didn't do as well, right? Tempo, the design language of the Tempo is kind of a beaut. It is really nice. It is really nice. And then, yeah, I also agree with that too, Lux. Like, I think they needed to have like a basic 60 top frame for it to do like super well, but they didn't, right? They didn't have it. It's fine, whatever. You know what? If Mode really, here's the cool thing about like design and stuff like this. If Mode said, hey, we really want to make that HHKB style, and they made it, and not a lot of people buy it, and that's something they're still proud of, more props to them, right? Not every product they make has to be for the masses, you know? While I don't like Mode, is lazy for the temp mount, the implementation of loops looks like a better method. And that's what we'll see. We'll see if they did some more fun stuff with the loop TKL. I think the loop TKL might be the first Mode board where I'm a little bit up in the air about how I feel about the design language of it all. It looks cool, but I keep thinking the Tempo was a banger for me, like in terms of design, and the Sonnet. Those two boards, design-wise, were my favorites. Because the Tempo took all the cool stuff they did with the Mode 65, the original one, and it also just had a fun design language to it. And the Sonnet was the Sonnet. Like, it has that beautiful side profile. So, the Envoy was the most simplistic out of all of them, and I still appreciate the Envoy for what it is, but it's definitely simple. Tempo design language wouldn't work if it was an HHKB, so I respect that. Exactly, yeah. Sonnet was nice. The Sonnet's still one of the most beautiful keyboards I have, like, I love, like, my Sonnet is always sitting right, you guys can't see it, it's one more layer below my desk there. It's always there because I like looking at it. I'd say this is in the top 10 for this year, the Nesson 810 for sure. Any tips on linear switches? What tips are you looking for? The duality was nice too. I think the other two boards that I think did really well design-wise was the Quantum. The Quantum used a lot of different materials, and it's kind of a stack on the side, and the Quantum looked... I don't have the Quantum here with me. I did get one, though, because I liked the way it looked. The Quantum hit, bro. That keyboard was nice. And then the Derivative was another really beautiful keyboard this year. The Reflection was also very beautiful. I'm even going to say this, too. I think this keyboard, the one we did recently... Stylo's new board. Here, let me get it for you guys. It's on my photography table, but I thought they did a decent little job with this guy. This turned out pretty good. There's some aspects of this where I'm like, it's whatever. Like I don't think this is like completely my style, but it turned out pretty good. I thought they did a good job. They really utilized that 5-axis machine. The Orbit was another really good keyboard too. I have my Orbit literally right over here. Let me get it for you guys. The Orbit had one of the nicer side profiles, and it's subtle, right? Like you have to appreciate that curve on the Orbit and kind of, I guess, just take that into consideration. So, did I see the IC for the Evolve? I have one of the original prototype, beta, whatever you want to call it, units of the Evolve. And it was a disaster. So I'm glad that they are reviving that project and hopefully making it a lot better. You guys never really saw much of me using the Evolve because it was that big of a disaster. No, this is the Evolve, like the Evolve by Nathan Elfman. That board there, without going into too many details because it's irrelevant and pointless, it was just a bad experience. Like it was just, there's a lot of issues with the board. That's why it never made it out of that prototype buy-in phase. I was really excited for that board, and I like Nathan Elfman's work, but it just had so many issues. You never saw me stream it because I didn't want to give it that type of like exposure, I guess, negative or positive. I just didn't feel like it honestly was a finished product. And then I think after all that fiasco, because I had a lot of problems, I had a lot of feedback, and this is all done privately. And then I personally never felt it comfortable with like recommending it or even just like showing it off much. I think I showed you guys once or twice, but I think that project got scrapped and then it got picked up again by Archetype, which is good because Archetype, I'm hoping they fixed some of the issues with that stuff. It looks like they did. There was a lot of cool things, like Gondo was working on a joystick module for the knob on the Evolve as well. Like it would actually function as a joystick. And I think he got it working, but it doesn't work for me because the cutout on the polycarbonate unit that I have doesn't allow it to move around properly. So it never actually worked for me because of issues like that. And it was big issues. It was like issues that stopped features of the board from working. I think they have a Moontower V3 coming up soon, or I don't know if that already passed. I'm not too sure. Between the Reflection and Nessun, which one did you like more? I think I like the 810E a little bit more. Ever so slightly. Maybe I'm a sucker for this exploded spacebar, but I like the way it looks. Oh, it hasn't happened for the Moon Tower? Okay. A Hex 3 CV2. It's a good board. I think you'll like it. Sound-wise, would you go for another 6560 over Kohaku? Any other 6560? I mean, yeah, there's plenty. I still like my... Again, I can get whatever hate I want on this because I know there's like these elitists out there, the purists who like certain things and how dare you talk badly about their products. I still rotate between the Kohaku and Envoy like pretty regularly. In fact, I think I end up using the Envoy more often. There's a certain sound signature that comes from both, and I like the higher pitch sound that comes with the mounting style of the Envoy. That's it. Like, it's my own personal preference. People can have their own different preferences and opinions here, but, you know, unsubbed, yeah, for real, bro. But my Singa, I know, right? How dare you have a preference? It's crazy. It's weird how people get so mad over subjective things. It goes into what I said before. There are people in this hobby, and with many hobbies, who just like, they are the alpha omega all-knowing lords of keyboards, and they'll tell you the well actually type nonsense constantly. Travis, thank you so much for the
Travis
tier 1, man.
24 gifted a tier 1 sub to ever_ag.
Thank you, dude. Really appreciate that, man. Man, I gotta use the Orbit more often. Maybe I'll put that on my desk for now. Like, look at this. Look how beautiful this keyboard is. With that lavender keycap set. How's the MX Master 3? It's actually not a 3S. I wish this was a 3S. It's okay. The battery life is great. It's comfortable during task use, but that's as much as like you'll see out of this. I don't love the sensor on this. It has issues sometimes. Like, I feel like it lags oddly enough. And it's not the Mac. It's not even on my computer, my PC as well, my Windows. It's okay. I would say it's just okay. It's not my favorite mouse in the world, though. If you're not using it, I'll use it. If you actually want to borrow it, Chudo, you can. MX Master is a great productivity mouse, but it's not for gaming. No, this is the worst mouse possible for gaming. You're going to be fatigued using this as a gaming mouse. If I was on a budget, what would I pick up? I would pick up the KBD 8X Mark III and do top mount polycarbonate on it. It's that nice, in my opinion. Wait, Chudo, didn't you buy an Orbit too? I swear to God you did. I think you did. You did, yeah. I was going to say, like, you're getting one soon. Sorry, I'm still new. What keyboard is the one with the lavender keycaps, and where'd you get the keycaps? Ooh. How do you pronounce this set again, guys? It's not lavender. It's the one with the R. How do you pronounce it? How do you spell it? That one. Rabenda. Am I saying that right? I don't know why I always forget what this is called. I don't use this set all that often. Reagan gave me this set. I just never remember what it's called. Is it the katakana spelling of lavender? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's from, I got this from Space Cables. I don't know if it's still available. Let me double check for you. Spaceholdings.net. I think it is. No, it's actually not in stock anymore. But the base kit with the white alphas, if you're interested in like a white and lavender, that's in stock. Ooh, I didn't know this was sold out. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, unfortunately, it is sold out. Here, I can link you guys. I don't know if other vendors, like regional vendors, would have this in stock. But here's the link to where you get this. I have a Logitech Master 3S that I use at the office, and I like it. But I have mixed. I don't feel like I have maximized. Oh, it maximized its potential. Don't really use the side scroll wheel. Oh, I never use. I forget this is actually here. If you didn't remind me this is here, I think I would have forgot this mouse even has this. I actually don't remember. I always forget. I never use it. Never. I love the side scroll when it works. I think the worst experience I had with the mouse was the Razer. That did not last long. I'm so disappointed with that mouse. And then my Final Mouse broke. I like what Final Mouse is doing. I just don't like their QC. Their QC is kind of whatever. So, side scroll's a winner for spreadsheet work. Yeah, I guess I don't do that enough, right? Micklin's so nice. Wish I got the colorful alphas. I think both sets of Micklin are nice. Razer in general has been pretty bad product life. Yeah, it's the longevity of the Razer mouse was not it. The shortest lived mouse I've ever had in my entire life. If the KBD 8X Mark III had only gaskets, would you still peak this? If it only had gaskets, no, I would not buy the KBD 8X Mark III. It sounds way better in top mount config with a polycarbonate plate. Like, it sounds really good. For its price point, it's amazing. But if it only had, if you said, Alex, you only could use the gasket mounted config, I would pass on that keyword. At home, I have a Razer Viper Ultimate. I did not like it very much either. Noisy and scratchy. Dude, the scroll wheel's ass on that thing. It is so bad. Yeah, I think I've been asking you guys for mouse recommendations because I actually don't have a gaming mouse that works. I just have the Razer. I have that Logitech G Pro, but for whatever reason, man, the battery life has been like a day or two and then it dies. I think something's wrong with it. So I think I am going to switch to a new mouse. And I was looking at Lamzu and I was looking at... There's another brand, you guys. I have it on all my bookmarks. I was looking at some new mice I was going to pick up. Just some cheap stuff. I don't think I'm going to go for like a stupid expensive one again. Might as well get the Tiger 80 if the KVD-X only offers gas. Yeah, if it only had offered gas, I would have definitely said just pick up the Tiger 80 at that point. Battery probably faulty on the G Pro. I think so too. Also, I don't like the G Pro. Like I have the original one and that micro. What is the micro USB? Oh my god. Yeah, Pulsar is the other brand. Pulsar is the other one I've been looking at. It was Lamzu and Pulsar. G Pro treated me well. About a week of battery and the sensor's great. The sensor is fantastic on the G Pro. Logitech sensors have always been great. But yeah, I think my battery is just screwed up or something. So I also just don't want to buy, like the G Pro is kind of expensive, man. So I think the Pulsar, the Lamzu is like also like what, half the price of it or something? What's this, Zero mouse? Is this good, Cancer? What the hell is this? This looks like a frame. What the? My Viper V2 though is like broken. Like the scroll wheel's ass on it right now. Like it does not work. He also makes it mouse kinda. Optimum Tech does? Oh dude, you're good. Oh god, you're up early. I know I saw your Twitch noti this morning. Yeah, we're up early because we're doing a little, if you guys haven't already checked it out, it's for a good cause. We're doing a little bit like a collab stream with Extra Life. So I'm one of their panels, you could say. If you guys want to donate to the Extra Life charity stream, !donate. It's for the Children's Miracle Network Hospital. I'm sure you've heard of Extra Life. If you've been on the Twitch scene for a little while, I think, what is it, every year? Maybe even more frequently they do stuff. So they've been around for a while. Since what, 2008, I think. The design of the Optimum belt for the Viper 2 board sensor is incredibly light. I don't know if I'd do that. I don't know. It doesn't look comfortable to me. Final mouse. I like my Final mouse, but it doesn't. It just like does not work. So, anyone know the PCB thickness for Keychron K8 Pro? It's probably 1.6. I don't think the Keychron boards have different thicknesses. I would assume it would be all standardized. I would assume. Like I'm not 100% positive. Man, should I use my Orbit more often? Yeah, if it doesn't say, it's usually 1.6. I agree with that sentiment. Ooh. You know what? I think I want to plug in my Orbit. I think I want to actually start using this board a little bit more. I feel like I haven't actually had a chance to use this recently. I always tell myself I'm going to use the Orbit. Let's see the Orbit booty. Here, let me show you guys the Orbit a little bit. It's the side profile of the Orbit that gets me. Look at that side profile, man. That subtle curve up. Oh. It's a beautiful board. I have the brass weight on it right now. I actually have been considering... I am considering sending this to Reagan to get this Cerakote. And then I'm also considering sending this to Reagan. I don't know if Reagan has experience with this, but I really want him to go like buck wild and like flame patina this brass weight. Like I don't know. I'm gonna see if he wants to, but this should be so cool. Because okay, so I want to take away the silver. I actually want to get this done in like a the reason I want to get this patina is just like a little speck in the ano there. I want to get this done in like a purple. I think this would be super cool in like a very, very like deep, like celestial purple type thing. And then I want to get this patinaed. I'm also considering doing this in like a green or something. Maybe even I want to do something more neutral, but I want to see what Reagan does for Cerakote for this. And then, yeah, I want to get this patinaed. Don't get me wrong, clear coat brass is pretty, it's whatever. But if this can get flame patinaed, oh man, that would be so much cooler. Yeah, silver boards are always nice though. They're the classiest color board you can get. Like they're gonna be the most timeless color of any keyboard you can pick up. Another mouse I can recommend is the Darmo Shark M3. I haven't heard of that one there. It's a Razer Viper Ultimate knockoff. Interesting. Interesting. Silver and PC works on anything. It's so true. Silver has been my go-to color, even though I used to hate it. I do want to patina the copper bottom on mine too. Yeah, I'm gonna see if Reagan wants to. If not, I might bring it over to my parents' house, and then I think my dad has a blowtorch or something, and I might just like go wild on this and see if I can do it myself. So we'll see. We'll see. I built and finished up my Mercury 65. Oh, that's a nice board. Had to get some help from my friend in programming. Oh, did something not work with it? Gat Milky Yellows? Hell yeah, that's a nice switch. Good switch choice. I saw the Haven 65 is still in stock. No way the Haven 65 is in stock still, is it? The Haven 65 is a nice keyboard. I'm shocked that board's still in stock. Watching Alex was what made me go for silver PC Sonic combo. It looks so nice when it comes in. It's gonna look so nice, Renma. Apparently on Key Spencer? Okay, I need to take a look at that later. Can you just use a propane torch? I have no idea. I'm gonna read up on it, how to do it myself. And I'm gonna see if I can just like blowtorch the thing and see if I can get some cool effects happening with the brass. I have no idea what I need to do, but I definitely want to try it because I really want to, like this board would look absolutely insane with this giant piece of brass in the bottom. So brass need to be careful. I'm gonna read up on it and make sure I do everything safely and obviously like not damage components, but I do have an extra bottom just in case I fuck this up, so I can potentially warp it. I figured as much. I've been struggling to put my PCB in the Freya 65 for 4 hours. What the? Oh, you mean those little like plastic tabs that go in the bottom? Yeah, I can imagine. I had some wonkiness with VIA programming. It never came up on either the app or the desktop. The JSON file didn't do anything. Friend recompiled the new hex for me. Oh, that's awesome of him. Yeah, I've been having some issues with VIA and stuff too. Like even Vile, I've been having some issues with. The QMK stuff lately has been a little bit. I had the same issue with the Freya. It was my first print mount. The Freya is finicky, but once you get it fitted, it's all awesome. It's definitely a little finicky. Oh, ring mount. Okay, so yeah, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant, Gargle. You're good. The VIA screen looks like a fucking Canon keys board with all the options on the showing the screen, but it works. I don't know. It works for what it is. I like it. I like QMK stuff, but I agree with you guys. I agree wholeheartedly. Sometimes it's a bit of a nuisance. Are the KTT strawberries worth it to lube? Oh yeah, I would definitely recommend lubing. Guys, I'm gonna tell you this. Even if I do a set of switches like on lube, just to show you guys, that's me. I'm doing it either because I'm trying to save a bit of time or people request it to see what it sounds like. Listen, I can't stress this enough. If you're gonna spend the time to buy a keyboard, my honest recommendation, it's not a necessity, but if you're gonna spend the time to buy, wait, get keyboards in, wait for all these parts, pay for shipping, etc., I would 100%, even if it already has stock lube that's pretty good, crack open all the switches, make sure everything's consistent, because you know what? I know a lot of people, it's usually 1 or 2 keyboards and then that's it. Like they're good with the hobby, right? Make sure that you get the best consistency out of those switches that you buy. I cannot stress enough how much of a difference that makes. Consistency is key when it comes to lubing switches. And I get it, people don't want to, it's a hassle. I totally understand. The factory lube switches have definitely come a long way, but they're never ever gonna be perfect. In fact, even on the board that we did today, I already knew these were gonna be a little bit here and there, but there are certain springs that aren't completely oiled nicely in the switches that we did today. Even though it sounds nice, I can hear some of the spring crunch. And this has always been like a thing I've noticed about the Marandi switches, right? It's always good. I can't stress enough. There's never going to be a perfect factory lube switch, in my opinion. Yeah, I do the same thing, Gurgle. Even with if I'm doing a personal board or a client keyboard, I will usually just go over the factory lube or just take it off completely. Yeah, exactly. It may seem like it's going to take a little while, but put on a movie, open up some switches, and go from there. I forgot I had coffee still. Fantastic. Have you tried Owlab Neon? Yeah, I've tried the Neon switches. They definitely need lube too. And lift it 2 traces? Ah, no. Luckily though, Utoy, you can repair that if you know how. I don't know if you need help with that, but you can just technically solder in your own, like, if you have like a spare daughter board cable or just some sort of copper cable, you can just like fix that yourself. Drop's lube job on their Pandas was actually pretty impressive. Mister, I kind of disagree. Maybe on their new stuff. Their new stuff's been a lot better. But originally on their Pandas, their OG stuff was abysmal. It was like clumps of lube. But maybe they've gotten better. I have to admit, Drop has definitely picked up some quality aspects of their products in more recent times. Oh, hand-lubed clear ones. Okay, I actually haven't tried those, Mr. John. I have no idea. Perhaps those are better, but the original Pandas were not that great. Yeah, the early Pandas were abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. I found a lube guy, so I never lube switches anymore. Hell yeah. Most recent batch for sure. Okay, maybe I'll have to try them out, honestly. That's good to hear, though. That's really good to hear. I know even, from what I understand, too, their customer service has gotten a little bit better. Even it was never bad. I don't think Drop's customer service is ever bad, but it's gotten better. I've heard some of their products have gotten a little bit better, too. Maybe they're not their designs for things, but... Glorious Panda pre-lubed. Oh, the Glorious stuff. I wonder how Glorious is doing recently. Who knows? Who cares? Chaser, thank you so much for a Prime, man. I appreciate the 39 months of being here, dude. I can agree about the originals definitely needed to be opened. Yeah, it was like super inconsistent with the original ones. Better off not knowing? Exactly. I agree, except for anything they designed with an integrated plate. That's any brand. Even Rama's integrated. Oh my god! By the way, guys, I saw Rama released a. Oh my god, it's so embarrassing. They released like a design for a vape on Twitter. I don't know if they did the same thing for Instagram. It's so embarrassing, man. I am like secondhand embarrassment with that brand, dude. Like. So embarrassing. The friend who helped me with the Mercury mentioned the whole mass drop Corsair and Keycap thing. Any idea who owns who at this point? Corsair owns everything at that point for that. So Drop acquired. Okay, the thing goes. Drop acquired Keycap, and then Corsair now owns Drop, which now owns Keycap. So it's Corsair at the top for all this. I'll be interested to see if Corsair does anything in the next little bit, but I don't know. Maybe that's some ways off still. I have no idea. We'll see. I don't know. But I hope so. Because you know what? I know people don't like hearing this because people are like, oh, but my hobby, but my exclusivity. I think having like a big brand kind of get into an actual custom space, not what Asus is doing, not what Razer's doing. I don't consider those to be like true, like those still have very, like swapping switches on a hot swap PCB, like you are customizing a board, but it's not something that you can really say is a, like customized project to the extent of some of the other stuff. because it is still kind of tricky to open those things up and really get in there and swap things out. And I think for a custom keyboard, you have to be able to really just nicely get in there, change out foams, etc., etc. So yeah, it kind of, and I don't mean to gatekeep, but it is kind of like the bare minimum for like a customized project. But I'd be interested to see if Corsair does something like that, where they can take maybe what Drop knows and maybe actually reach out to some community members and make changes like that. You know what I mean? That'd be cool. That would be really cool. I think that would actually expand what customs are. I think it's a good thing when brands like that get involved, right? Are these the Rama jewels? Yes, they are. They have comments turned off on Insta, but they can't turn off comments on Twitter, and the comments on Twitter are great. Why does Think show up as a cat emoji on the overlay? Soren, probably Soren. Soren likes cats, and he made a lot of cat emojis when you type in certain words. So I don't know. Does anyone know any other keycat sets that are lavender colored? Any other good lavender colored keycap sets you guys can recommend? Oh yeah, Domi Key Hush might be a really good one. Cam Little Dragon might be a good one too. It's a bit pink. Tuzi, is there still Frost Switch available? Tuzi's a good one too. Hey, there you go. Tons of different recommendations here for you, buddy. Tons of different things. I don't remember what Serenity looks like. Let me take a look. GMK Serenity. Oh, he's a Mito keycap set. I would consider this more like on the saturated purple side. I don't know if I would consider this like a lavender color though. There's also Polycaps Hippo. GMK Astral? I don't remember what that one looks like either. Sounds familiar. GMK Astral. Lavender's pretty popular in this hobby. It really is, yeah. Oh yeah, Astral a little bit more on the blue side. Is that available places? It is, actually. Technically it is. Is the base kit available? Man, base kits? Some of the older like base kits in this hobby. I clicked on Project Keyboards. Rest in peace, man. Project Keyboards, man. I clicked on their link for GMK Astral. Wasn't there. It said private connection. Rest in peace. I'm curious to see if they can cook up. Which ones? Rest in peace, bro. It's crazy. Crazy how many people have just like dipped out of this hobby. Which PBT sets are better, XMI or JC Leak Bros? XMI stuff's been pretty good. What's JC Leak? I haven't heard of that one. There's GMK Lilac too, but it's in GB, I suppose. That one I don't remember either. Pen Pop? I got you. We're probably gonna end the stream here in like the next like 5-6 minutes, guys. I am getting hungry. I haven't really had breakfast, so let's do a little pen pop though. Boom. Beautiful. That's the one thing about Rama, different than the others. They're still pretending like they're Yeah, Rama's done the opposite though. They've abandoned the hobby, except they still post. Because they're addicted to the clout. They like the likes. What's that pen? It is from CW&T. Thank you so much for everything today. Anytime. If you guys didn't know, Imager is also like participating as like a collab unit as well. But like we have the Extra Life stuff going on. If you guys want it to, !donate. It's for a good cause. I don't have anything popping up on stream today just because I couldn't get it to like sync with my OBS. Probably on me. I left it till last night to try it and get it working, but I just couldn't do it. But it just was not linking up. But if you guys wanted to, there is the link for that. It's for a good cause too. It was a nice chat today. Yeah. We kind of went a little bit. I think I lost track of time there with chatting. I wanted to do a few more things, but it's okay. The creator of that pen was my professor, super chill dude. Yeah, I like the stuff they do at that brand. It's so neat. It all feels like passion projects. Why'd you change it from the Apollo interface to the 176? Okay, story time with that. That was the most idiotic purchase of my streaming career, was buying the Apollo interface. Amazing. Love the Apollo interface. Did not know that there is 2 versions of it for Windows and Mac. So when I switched over my computer to Mac, I was stuck with an interface that did not work on the Mac. So I didn't even have this thing for very long. I think I had it for like, what, 6 months? Not even. And I couldn't return it at that point either. So I had to sell it. And I didn't have the funds to drop another $1,000 on an interface. So I bought a 176. It was my own stupidity. I did not know. I think it's dumb that they don't have like a unit that's universal like that. Or maybe they do. I don't understand what's going on with that thing. But the 176 is fine for what I need it for. I still miss bits and pieces of having the interface like the Apollo. The Apollo had some features in it that I thought were like stellar, bro. Like absolutely out of this world good. But it's okay. It's whatever. Could you not just sell the old and buy a Mac one? The most I could sell it for was like $400. That's how much people were paying. It is what it is. You bought an interface just for streaming? Yes. I had a profile that I had made with all the add-ins that was I swapped for when I did talking pieces. I did it for my video work as well when I did over like talkovers and stuff like that. I had it set to the point where I barely need to touch anything in post. It was just like straight out of the mic. It was amazing. This mic with the interface, I need to do a few things to tweak it, but unfortunate. Just my own stupidity, like I said. It is what it is. It's whatever. Have you played OG Fortnite? No, I actually might go play that tonight. I might actually go boot up Fortnite and play like the OG thing, because I saw some people were talking about that. All right, though, guys, that's pretty much it. If you guys, again, wanted to go take a look at some of the Extra Life stuff, it's in the exclamation point donate. I'll leave it up for probably the rest of the day today. I'll probably take it down tonight. But thank you again for everything, guys. Thanks for being here and hanging out with me. Really appreciate you guys. Fun little board today. I'm going to relay some of the info to Kinetic Labs about pricing because I personally don't think it's the right price. Hey guys, can we not do like political stuff like in chat, please? This is not what I need, please. Like this is not the time or place for that kind of stuff, bro. Sir Lance, thank you so much for being here as well. Thank you guys all for being here. Love you guys. I will talk to you guys very, very, very soon. Probably tomorrow. And we're doing a clicky build tomorrow, so should be fun. Should be fun, dude. I'm sorry. It's okay, Quam. It's okay. I hit ban by accident. I meant to hit timeout, but I removed it immediately. It's fine. It's not the time or place. This is not the right thing. I'm not educated enough to make like things, you know, decisions on who to support and who not to support. And I don't think anyone here is like to that level. Well, I'm not going to make the assumption. Maybe some people are educated enough, but like, I don't know enough personally. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Really appreciate you guys. Let's go find someone to raid. Who do you guys want me to go raid today? Yeah, it's way too complex. Way too complex. I agree with that. Oh God. I forgot I'm streaming first thing in the morning. Who the fuck streams? Who the hell's on this really? I don't know who's live right now. I actually have, is Kate on? Yeah, I guess Kate's playing games. She's the only person that I follow that's on right now. Let's just go raid Yates Kate. Oops, this is the wrong key bindings for this. All right, let's go raid Kate. She does keyboard stuff normally. I think she's just playing some games right now. I've never streamed this early ever. Actually, no, when I did some charity stuff a few years ago, we did like the 24-hour stuff, but... All right, guys, enjoy. Have a good one. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. This week here, ARC 60s and clicky switches. Should be a fun week. Oh, and loop at the end of the week. Take care, everyone. Love you. Quick little thing before I go as well. On the 17th of November, so not this weekend, but next weekend, subathon / giveaway. If you guys want to be here for that, we got like 15 boards we're going to be giving away. All right? 15 customs, including one of the Envoy Alex Otis edition ones too. Should be fun. That's going to be our little Christmas giveaway thing. Well, we'll do one more at Christmas, but it'll be our winter holiday thingy. All right? Take care. Love you. Bye, everyone. And also, hi, Chozo. Bye, everyone.